Today, we will tell you an extraordinary story that will leave you speechless. A true miracle is happening at the tomb of San Carlo Acutis. But before we reveal the details, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Carlo Acutis was born in London on May 3, 1991, but his life was spent mainly in Milan, Italy. Since he was a child, Carlo has shown a deep faith and an extraordinary love for technology. After receiving his first communion at only 7 years old, he began to attend Mass daily and recite the Rosary with great devotion. But he was not only a fervent Christian. Carlo also had an incredible talent for computers. He taught himself to program and decided to put his skills at the service of faith. At the age of 11, Carlo began working on an ambitious project to create a website that would document all the Eucharistic miracles recognized by the Catholic Church. He wanted to make these extraordinary events accessible to everyone, especially young people, to strengthen their faith. Unfortunately, Carlo's life was cut short in 2006 when he was diagnosed with leukemia at just 15 years old. Despite his illness, Carlo maintained an unshakable faith and offered his suffering for the good of the Church and the Pope. His serenity and courage in the face of illness inspired all who knew him. Carlo died on October 12, 2006, but his spiritual legacy lives on. On October 10, 2020, Pope Francis beatified him in Assisi, the city that Carlo had chosen as his resting place. The beatification recognized his life of virtue and his holiness, and Carlo became a model for young people around the world, demonstrating that it is possible to live a life of faith even in the digital age. In 2024, Carlo Acutis was formally recognized as a saint by the Catholic Church, which celebrated his life and supernatural intercession. As a result, in recent times, an incredible wave of people have been visiting his tomb. This event is a true miracle and shows that his life continues to inspire thousands of people around the world. But that's not all. You should know that an incredible secret was discovered among the rose petals collected from Carlo's tomb. In June 2022, a microscopic examination was conducted on a rose petal from the grave of Carlo Acutis in Prudentopolis, Paraná. Carlo's mother, Antonia, had collected some petals from the roses that grew around the grave and distributed them to various people. Incredibly, these petals, even after 6 or 7 years, have not withered, faded, or crumbled. They continue to absorb water and maintain their freshness during the rainy seasons. Isabel, a young student, brought one of these petals to school to examine it with her teacher under the microscope. The results were surprising. The plant cells of the petal were perfectly preserved without the use of any chemicals or treatments. Dr. Giovanni Rodrigo, who studied the petal, confirmed that the entire conductive system of the petal was intact, allowing water to be transported through the cells, thus keeping the petal alive and vibrant. Visiting the tomb of San Carlo Acutis arouses incredible emotions. Have you ever been to see it? How did you feel when you saw this young witness of faith? Tell us in the comments. Carlo Acutis' life is a powerful testimony of how faith and technology can coexist and strengthen each other. Even in his suffering, Carlo found strength in his relationship with God, demonstrating that even the most difficult moments can be faced with courage and serenity. But what made Carlo Acutis so special? His secret lay in the simplicity and depth of his faith. For him, the Eucharist was my highway to heaven. This love for the Eucharist led him to travel around Europe with his family, visiting the sites of Eucharistic miracles to document them on his website. His project became a tool for digital evangelization, an innovative way to bring young people closer to faith through technology. Carlo firmly believed that everyone is born an original, but many die as a photocopier, encouraging his peers to live their faith authentically. His daily life was a reflection of his faith. He regularly attended Mass, prayed the Rosary, and was involved in charitable works. He was known for his kindness, generosity, and infectious smile. Despite his young age, Charles understood the importance of living a holy life in the modern world. The official recognition of his sainthood in 2024 not only strengthened his example, but also demonstrated that sainthood is attainable by all, regardless of age or circumstances. Carlo has become a beacon of hope, a model of how to live a life filled with faith and love in an increasingly digital world. Before we conclude, we invite you to reflect on Carlo and #9, SE Life, and find inspiration in his example. We can all learn to use our talents to serve others and to keep our faith even in the most difficult times. If this video is moving you, leave a like and share it with those who might be inspired by it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay updated on extraordinary stories like this one. Carlo Acutis' story teaches us that true happiness comes from putting God at the center of our lives and serving others with love and humility. His ability to combine faith and technology shows us that even modern advances can be used for divine purposes. In addition to his technological talents and unshakable faith, Carlo was also a boy like many others. He loved animals, played video games, and hung out with friends. His normality makes his journey to sainthood even more accessible and inspiring for today's youth. Carlo reminds us that sainthood is not reserved for a select few, but is a universal calling that we can all embrace in our daily lives. His canonization in 2024 has led to a growing devotion around the world. Pilgrims from all over the globe visit his tomb, pray for his intercession, and draw inspiration from his life. Carlo Acutis has become a symbol of hope, a young saint who demonstrates that even in a complex and technological world, it is possible to live a life of deep and authentic faith. We therefore conclude with an invitation to reflect on Carlo's life and to find in him a model to follow. We can all learn from his example and try to live each day with more faith, love, and dedication to others.